Yeah, we were pissing off Detroit.
Yeah, it sucks. The entire city hates us.
Whatever.
A timeout. Decide not to use it. Curry, way downtown. Bang! Bang! Oh, what a shot from Curry! Rebound box. Back out to Allen. His three-pointer. Bang! Tie game! Is this the dagger? Oh! Iguodala to Curry. Back to Iguodala. Up for the layup. Oh, blocked by James! Cleveland! This is for you!
Welcome to the Stepback Podcast.
Welcome back, guys. Another episode of the Stepback. I'm Pat, here with Kyle. We got another trade deadline special for you guys.
Yeah, a little breakdown.
A lot of stuff going down today, and I think we should just jump right in. Us Chicagoans.
Yeah, we have to just start with the Bulls.
Oh, my God, bro. The Bulls made unbelievable moves today, now putting them into a bona fide playoff position. I think so.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
They're a 10 seed right now, but it doesn't matter. The whole East is separated.
It's up for grabs.
Yeah, they're a couple
not
games
really
out
up for grabs. I think Brooklyn probably just runs away with the East this year, but who knows how long that lasts until Kyrie's out or
3
KD's
through
out.
10 is 4 games apart or whatever.
So what happened is the Bulls wake up this morning and Arturas Karnisovas just decided he wanted to be the best GM on deadline day.
Yeah, seriously, dude.
And woke
just
up
swinging big nuts.
Yeah.
Woke up swinging
balls of steel.
Yeah, woke up with balls of steel today.
Yeah, unbelievable. And he goes out and moves Wendell Carter, Otto Porter, and 2 firsts. That's a 2021 first and a 2023 first.
Steppy and roll.
In exchange for Al-Farouq Aminu and
Vooch.
The rights to Nikola Vucevic.
Mm-hmm.
And Vooch is see, and we were talking about this before, and dude, it's so hard to find a big, bro.
Yeah.
It's so hard to find a good big because like there are very few bigs that
most bigs
we
are
like.
role players.
Yeah, totally, especially
like
in the modern
I love
NBA.
JaVale for a modern NBA big.
Yeah.
Rim runner, long, athletic,
Totally.
throws on lobs, blocks
He got
shots.
moved today too, but
We'll
get
I'm
into
saying
that.
like that,
Yeah.
like that style. Like I love JaVale. You can win with that, but like you don't build a team around that guy. That's a role player.
No,
that's what most of the bigs
totally.
are.
And
there are very few that are all-star level on their own. You know what I mean?
Totally. And if there is one, they're very hard to get. So the fact that Orlando just had a top 5 center on a team that was blowing it up, it was smart for Karnisovas to go out after him. But what I thought was the biggest part of the trade that I thought didn't make a lot of sense to me was on Orlando's side, because they're coming out here. The Bulls have all these young picks. They have Larry Markkinen.
They have
Kobe
assets
White
for days.
Yeah, Kobe White, Patrick Williams picks. They have, all these different guys.
Yeah.
And
they have so much value.
They chose the wrong young guy. They chose the worst of the 3. They took Wendell Carter. On top of the fact that Orlando already has Mo Bamba, so you're overloading at that position.
Yeah, with the same age, young.
Yeah, it doesn't make
guy
any sense.
Who's
it doesn't
better
make any
than
sense
him anyway.
Yeah,
probably.
and bro, we were talking before. We were like, dude, this guy literally tripped over his feet
the
yesterday.
night before.
Yeah, so dude, we've been watching him for what, 2 years now, 3 years now, and it hasn't gotten better. In fact, depending on who you ask, they'll tell you it's gotten worse.
Yeah, they smoked that pick. He was taken 7th.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I just think, man, it's super difficult for us as Bulls fans to even accept that pick since day one. You know, I mean, we had been seeing him play, and it's just always been 10-8, 10-6, 8-5, and it's like, dude, I need more than that out of you. And the fact they were able to move him for a guy that's 20-10,
they're moving for an all-star.
Yeah, this guy's the first player in NBA history.
Realistically, it's Wendell. It's cap filler in Otto's contract, and it's 2 firsts.
Vooch is a first player in NBA history to be a 20-10 guy and shoot 40% from deep.
And they gave him up for Wendell Carter and 2 firsts.
Yeah.
He's an all-star, man. There's not that many all-star centers. They're not centers in the modern NBA that are 20 and 10 plus is so rare.
Yeah.
Like
and
a guy
the fact that can shoot.
Yes, like a guy that's your franchise cornerstone, like it shoots 40% from deep or whatever. Like, yeah, he's like full. He has the full arsenal of skills.
Yeah.
Pick and roll, pick and pop. Orlando ran a hefty amount of sets through their big.
Oh, dude, every night right now he's like 25-12.
Yeah.
He's an all-star this year.
Yeah. And okay, so like he's an all-star this year. If there's the only bigs better than him realistically are Bam,
In the East,
Vooch, and Jokic. In the East,
is he better than Gobert?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so all right, so the top 5 centers then, in your opinion, are what? Embiid, Jokic, and then I think Bam. I'm probably taking Bam over Vooch.
Same.
And so
Vooch.
Embiid,
And then I have
Jokic, Bam,
Vooch.
Vooch.
4. Yeah. Gobert
So
5.
the fact that the Bulls woke up this morning, it kind of took everyone by surprise. I didn't think they were making this move. I didn't
texted
hear
me in
anything.
all caps.
Yeah.
You were, Bulls Vooch.
Yeah. Unbelievable.
Well,
OMFG. The
how
Bulls
about-
just got Vooch.
Yeah, how about the other day I texted you and I was like, can we wait a second? It looks like I snapped out of a dream and I was like, wait a second. Can we make a move for someone here?
Yeah.
Like in my mind, it's like this is the same old Bulls, but I
Yeah,
don't know
yeah,
why I
we-
was thinking that way because like I'm watching them on the court and it's not the same old Bulls. So
Yeah.
I don't know why in my head I thought
Dude.
I was thinking for a while, but then I texted you like a day or two ago. And I
Yeah,
was
totally.
like, maybe we can make a move here, like a big move, and go secure like a 3 or 4 seed.
Yeah,
like,
the Vooch is the best guy
that's
dealt.
exactly what I was talking about.
Yeah,
That is
Vooch-
awesome.
Vooch went out. I mean, he's the best guy that was dealt today. He's as far as value and amount of wins
He's
that
the
he
best
contributes.
guy. Well,
He
hold on.
he
I think
adds probably about 20 to 25 wins to this Bulls team by himself.
well with the guys they got because they also got some other nice pieces. Today.
yeah,
The
Al-Farouq
total-
Aminu.
Because I mean they've won 20 games right now, 19 games right now, so
Yeah.
they're on pace for however many wins right now. I don't know if Vooch alone is 25. You're putting them at like 60 wins total, but or maybe 50 something.
Well, they have
yeah,
19
maybe
wins
that's fair.
right now.
So they're on a 30-something win pace.
Yeah.
So you're adding 25 more. So it's
Yeah.
50-something wins.
Yeah.
50 wins next year.
55?
That's nice.
Can you win 55 games?
I don't know about that.
Oh, I don't know, man. I don't know.
They need a point guard.
Bro, Levine
They
is like
still need a
30
point
a
guard.
game.
I
Levine
know,
is
28 and
Yeah.
change. They still need a point guard.
I agree.
You know?
Yeah,
I've been saying it. And look at where the value is. Isn't that interesting? It's like the thing I keep talking about, the quarterback, the guy who's going to organize your offense and get you into your sets and calm everyone down and slow the game down and make sure you get a bucket in the half-court offense. Like the quarterback, the guy who runs the show. That is the most valuable thing because it's like, look at Kyle Lowry, look at Lonzo, look at all these guys, Rondo. These guys are precious commodities. There aren't many of them that are like that true. There's a point guard on every team. But I'm saying, like, there's these rare, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah,
These
but
quarterbacks.
I think, yeah, that's
They need
definitely
one of
true.
those
It's
bad.
definitely true.
Okay,
But now,
Go ahead.
I'm just thinking, I mean, the Bulls are adding like an all NBA level guy.
So
So-
another one. So, like,
Yeah.
this is the thing we were just talking about is,
Is Levine all NBA this year?
no, probably not. Too
They're
many
going to be like a
guards.
5 seed.
Too many guards. You're talking about, like, Harden. Like,
Yeah.
There's too many. Maybe All-NBA third team.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That would be
Not
awesome.
like first team, obviously, or
That
second.
would be awesome. Yeah, but
Yeah.
still, even third team is like they're a point guard. Like Trey's like 28-8 or 28-9. Or
Yeah, the
something
Bulls
like
are going to
that.
have more wins than he is, though.
Yeah. Does that matter for All NBA? All NBA is
Like
not like
individual.
MVP.
Yeah. True.
But what I was gonna say was about Wendell and Levine. Like, yeah, you just added like an All NBA caliber player to another awesome perennial All-Star player. It's
Right.
like this is the best big that Levine has ever played.
Best player he's ever played
Definitely. And this is the best guard that Vooch has ever played with.
with. Yeah.
I'm wondering, like, can
Best
they?
player he's ever played with, too.
Yes, can they like unlock each other to bring each other to the next level? Like I asked you, like, so if he's what is he 24-12?
Yeah.
So like I asked you, like next year does he go down, or does he stay, or does he go up?
No,
because like what if next year he's 21-11? You'd be like, yeah, you could see that. You know
Yeah, I
what
think
mean?
he's like
Switch
20 and
teams,
10.
It's a new system.
Yeah,
it's
20 and 10, 20 and 11, but I think he shoots more. I think he shoots more threes. I think he scores probably less points because Levine, no one's taking the ball out of Levine's hands. He's almost 30 a game.
yeah.
So
Vucevic is 24.5, 11.8, and 3.8.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Unbelievable, man.
Yeah.
He's unbelievable.
Dude, it's next level.
He shoots the 3-ball too. I
Yes.
mean, he's gonna be someone like we've said, man. He just spaces the floor.
He's 35.5%.
Yeah, so we're not even done yet with the Bulls because they make another move.
Yeah,
and
I
they
mean,
go
they-
out and they flip Chandler Hutchinson and Daniel Gafford in exchange for Mo Wagner and Troy Brown.
Yeah.
And then the Bulls would move on and then flip Mo Wagner for Daniel Tice in Boston.
Uh-huh.
So what do you think about that?
Okay, so I like Gafford. I like Troy Brown. Troy Brown's awesome, but I like Gafford. I might like Brown more just because he's a wing, a perimeter
He's 20.
player. Yeah, I know. So is Gafford. But so that one's like kind of a wash. I do like flipping Mo Wagner for Daniel Tice. Do you? You seem like you don't.
Not really, man. I mean, that's because remember this last podcast we were sitting here, we were talking, we were like, dude, what's wrong with Boston? We're like, dude,
They
all
need a
these
big.
guys are just soft. These guys are just pillow soft. You know, and like,
I don't know.
what happened to all these? What happened
I
to all
don't
those
think
Boston?
that. I don't think that. I
hard
don't think
talk?
Daniel Tice is soft.
I think he's soft. I think
don't.
he's I don't know.
I
I don't
think
know
he
him
plays
as a
hard-nosed
player.
D.
I don't know him as a person. But all I know is when I watch him play, he plays soft.
I think he's he plays like or he tries to play like a tough guy role.
Yeah, I don't know.
But he
Maybe in a
steps out.
reduced role.
He steps out. He shoots the 3-ball lately. The last season and a half, shooting the 3. He's been playing D. He plays post D. He's a big. He's an undersized big. He's a
So
6.
I'm taking him as my backup big. You know,
Yeah, that's
and
nice.
that's fine. Yeah, but he's starting in
stretches the
Boston. Like I
floor.
can't do that, man.
But like the thing is, he stretches the floor. So think about taking a big and putting him out at the 3-point line. You take your big. You go guard him. You have, you know what I'm saying? So much space.
No,
to
I
attack.
agree, man.
Zach
Especially
LaVine
as long as
going
he
to the
can
hole.
knock shots down, man. Like it's all good. But I mean, him starting in Boston, I mean, that's just unfair, man. So it's like I think we probably got a raw deal.
Yeah,
on.
he's not a starter. He's not an NBA starter.
Yeah, so I
Yeah.
like him off my bench. Yeah, what's
Yeah,
up?
that's
we
super
can, We can roll
nice.
with that.
Same.
But
But the thing you were asking me earlier was, okay, so like we were talking about Laurie, right?
yeah,
So they took the wrong young guy.
right,
They definitely should have taken Laurie, if not Kobe White.
right.
Laurie, they were trying to flip Laurie for Lonzo straight up.
Yeah,
right?
didn't pan
Didn't go through.
Yeah.
I told you earlier, I have a theory.
Okay.
Because they're trying to flip Laurie and Lonzo straight up, player for player, 1-for-1,
Right.
right? It's not happening. It's not happening. Keep hitting snags, but reports keep coming out that they're the leader. They're the leader. They are the front runner. Chicago Bulls are the front runner to land Lonzo. They keep talking about the deals on the table with Laurie. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, we get our minds blown with a Vucevic deal with 2 firsts attached to it. I think it's possible that AK does that so he could say, okay, I think he's playing hardball. And he's like calling your bluff. I think that AK called David Griffin's bluff, and David Griffin, he held. Yeah, he held. Because I think he said, okay, I don't have any more picks then. They want picks. I'm not just going to flip you. They're both restricted free agents, so
Right.
it's cool there. But, like, I think my guy's better than your guy. So you got to give me something on top of it. And AK's like, I'm not doing that. And I think that they're battling about that. So AK just tosses all of them out the window. Here's Otto. Here's Wendell. And here's a bunch of picks. Okay, I don't have any more picks. Do you want this deal or not? And I think David Griffin didn't want it. I think he called his bluff and he held, you know?
Yeah, and I think it's probably going to work out eventually anyways. We
Do you
heard
think
Windhorst.
they get him?
Yeah, I think he's not going to get paid, and I think the Bulls are going to throw him money in the offseason, and
New Orleans.
yeah, is not going to do it. Because Lonzo's going to be miserable anyways, based off of what LeVar has said and what a lot of people have said, that he's just miserable out in New Orleans. So I don't know, man. I think it's possible. I think there's a lot of stuff that, you know, probably favors Lonzo going to the Bulls. But, I mean, it's so unfortunate that we weren't able to deal Laurie and get anything in return. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is such a big loss. I feel like it's going to be like, you know, someone's going to pay. Are we going to match this? You know, someone's going to throw him big money. You know that, right? You know?
Yeah, no, you probably just let him walk. I mean, it
Yeah,
depends
it's
what
tough,
it is.
man.
It depends what it is.
I would have loved to grab a pick or something
See,
at least for him.
the problem with that is teams mess it up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Why is Levine on $19 million? Why?
Right.
Why?
Because Sacramento offered him a deal when he was a restricted free agent, offered him a 3-year, $19 million per year deal, and the Bulls were like, all right.
Yeah, we can definitely do that.
Yeah, we will definitely match that. Yeah,
we can match that offer. And so, yeah, man, I don't know. Or what about like a sign and trade?
Yeah, I mean, that's possible
With
too,
Lonzo.
but I don't know, man.
The problem is he wants $20 million or something like that.
Yeah, I can't do that.
Mm-hmm.
I can't do that. Is there any way we could get him possibly down the road? I mean, I don't know, man.
Though I do like the way the Bulls' books are set up. The only thing on their books is like Satoransky's $10 million.
Right.
They have nothing out there. Their books are cleared. In reality, you have Levine's $19 million. You have Vooch $22 million.
Right.
All these guys, these guys were just in the All-Star game.
Right.
Did you notice that a lot of the other players in the All-Star game, their salaries literally double that? So, like, you don't have any of these 35 plus, 33, 32 plus.
Right.
That's nice. That comes in nice because in your mind, you just imagine that guy as a max guy, right? You're like, this is a max slot. This is a max slot. Reality says if you set your books up, you're giving guys $20 million max slots rather than 30s. You have 4. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that becomes pretty cool if we're going to talk about Lonzo and if he wants $20 million and all that stuff, because in reality, you need a point guard and you need a young core, the same group of guys, continuity to go forward year after year. You replace it with a young guy or veterans around you that you signed, but like for the most part, you need like the core, and the core has to involve the point guard. So I don't know. Is that still who you want, Lonzo?
I think we need a point guard. Like you always say, we need a quarterback. We need someone that's going to run the show. And I think that it was super important for the Bulls to get another superstar. Not in the fact that not only to compete, but it's a big recruiting advantage. Like I've always thought, like it doesn't make any sense how we can never get guys.
I've always
like
said that.
Chicago is like a big market, man.
It has the most rich basketball history.
Yeah, totally. I never understood that, and I think with Vooch and with Levine's really making a mark in this league.
He's cool.
Yeah, he's 30, almost 30 a game, and he's an all-star, and like, dude, he's respected all around the league.
Yes, absolutely.
So
he's big time.
If we got 2 superstars here, we got a massive free agent class coming in a couple years.
Yeah, not this one, but the one after.
And that's where we need to swing. That's
because
what we need.
Vooch is locked up for 3 years. That's still in Vooch's.
But what's up with like a Kyrie?
Okay, because I'm always talking about timelines, right?
Right.
Vooch is 30 and Levine's 26.
Right.
So your timeline's relatively soon.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like your timeline, you don't need to be taking in any more 18-year-olds and trying to develop them for when they're 25.
Uh-huh.
That's 7 years away. We're talking about 3 years here.
Yeah,
you know?
totally. And the only reason why I say Kyrie is because his contract expires in 2 years. But that's what I'm saying, man. Is my point is
you
the
want
Bulls,
one of those level.
we need one of those tier 1 guys.
So it's just the same thing I said. I think like a couple weeks ago is like it's gonna come down to them just deciding it's become cool enough again.
Yeah,
like,
because you and me both know that Levine and Vooch is just not. That's not going to be enough.
Yeah, to win a title, no.
No.
But that's a start to maybe get someone who thinks it's cool enough, or you know what I'm saying,
or like a Beal.
The reason that why did Durant and Kyrie pick Brooklyn? Let's be honest.
D'Lo
dragged that team to the playoffs. You realize how cool they are, how cool their whole thing is. Their whole thing is cool.
Yeah.
Their colors and their jerseys, their
the
floor
brands,
is gray.
Yeah.
They have a
Jay-Z's
gray court.
like a partial owner.
Jay-Z is a part owner. The whole Brooklyn Nets thing has been cool pretty much the whole time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You put them on national TV in the playoffs, and all of a sudden people start realizing that.
Yeah.
They're winning. It just becomes a different perception. There's different perception about you when you win. You know what I mean? Think of Kyle Lowry.
Yeah, totally.
We weren't talking about him. People weren't this adamant to try to get their hands on him before he won. You know what I mean? It's like when you are perceived as a winner, your value is completely different.
Yeah. Well, and I think a lot of it has to do with the storied tradition of Michael Jordan and what he's done in Chicago and able to get 6 titles here. I mean, Michael Jordan, we talk about.
But these guys don't.
Yeah, but
they don't perceive it as a.
Yeah, totally, man. But, there is something to bringing the Bulls back. and making the Bulls a successful franchise in the NBA, where in my entire lifetime, this is the best transaction they've ever made. This is the best move they've made and that I've ever seen. And with my own eyes. I never saw Michael
draft.
Yeah, I never saw Michael. I never saw them win a championship. They've been garbage my whole life, except for the 2 years they had D Rose.
See, because I did.
Yeah.
That's
See,
tough.
you saw Mike, so you understand the whole part of it.
Yeah.
Me, I never went through that.
Yeah.
So like I'm used to like Kendall Gill and then like Eddie Curry, Antonio, like those garbage, Kirk Heinrich, Ben Gordon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, dude, those teams are overachieving teams.
Young Tyson Chandler on the squad.
Dude, bro. Michael Sweetney. Yeah, dude.
That would be a great scrub bet of the month.
Yeah,
jersey.
yeah. Michael Sweetney.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was pulled deep out of the hat.
That's seriously deep in the Chicago bag.
Yeah, all right. So, but yeah, man, Chris Duhon. That's another one I just always remember. But
Duhon went to Duke.
Yeah. But yeah, man, that's what I'm saying. So it's like, dude, the Bulls finally make a big move. It's the biggest move I've ever seen. Like with my eyes.
I've been trying to think about it since you said that. Like, in terms of like a trade, like the draft.
This is
like
a deadline
Derrick
move too.
Rose
They
is
got a
huge-
superstar caliber player at the deadline, man. Like. This is not like a
the
free
day
agent.
of the deadline.
Yeah, like mid-season, they got an elite superstar player
because
that
they
is
were hanging
always
around and they were flirting with playoff contention. And we always talk about this, man. Like, otherwise, what are you doing? Pick a direction.
right.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
at least pick a direction. It's like, if you're going to hang out around the 8th or the 9th seed, then you need to decide right here and now what you're going to do.
Yeah.
Because, like, you're not bad enough to
Yeah,
be,
the walls are closing in, man.
you're not bad enough
And-
to let the bad make you good
right.
through draft picks and such.
Totally.
And you're not good enough for it to matter. So, and they finally, this is like, this is like swinging for the fences, man. You know what I mean? I mean, it's not in that, obviously, they're not like trying to win right now, but like, it's a huge move. Not that they didn't really give up much. They gave up 2 firsts. If you have Vucevic and Levine, those firsts become much less valuable, obviously. When you're sitting in the 4 seed or whatever you may be, okay, you can have the 8th pick. I'm sorry, you can have the
22nd pick.
8th to last pick, of
Yeah.
the draft. Of the round. It means nothing to me.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously it means something, but like it's not as valuable.
Yeah,
as,
it's
they've
harder
been getting
to
6s and 7s the last. Those are way more valuable than a.
Yeah.
You know, like so when you're talking about trading multiple picks for a superstar to the team that you're actually getting the superstar from, like it doesn't necessarily work out like evenly.
Yeah.
Because
Dude.
like those picks might become scrubs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I agree, man. And it's like.
They didn't give up much for him. So, I mean, yeah, but this is like, you know, like you said, it's just balls. This is balls. The dude's been there for 1 year.
Yeah, and I think this is what we were saying before. It's like, dude, Arturis is put on a higher scale than most of these other GMs in their first year. Dude, it's so hard to acquire a superstar in the NBA and build a duo, or a big 3. It's so hard to do that, man. And for Arturis to come in, evaluate the roster, make the right decision at head coach immediately without
The
hesitation.
whole front office
nailed the first
personnel
one.
has been-
Yeah. The assistant coaching,
Yeah, perfect.
awesome.
Yeah.
And comes in, moves a bunch of young guys, underperforming, moved the right guys, moved the right picks, and then got a superstar in return. And he hasn't missed any moves along the way.
Patrick Williams is awesome.
Yeah, Patrick Williams is a great pick. And it's like, dude, this Bulls team, we got some here. We got some, like, when do the fans come back?
Well,
I'll go to a Bulls game.
That's
I'll go
what I
watch
said,
Vooch
too. It's
play.
5 minutes down the street. I'll
Totally.
go there tomorrow.
Yeah.
Here's another thing. They still have so much value sitting on their bench and sitting in their, well, they won't on their books, but like, you know, when you have these young guys, like, because here's an interesting thing, like in other sports, when we're evaluating like young prospects, we look at the things they don't have.
Right.
You know what I mean? This quarterback, you know, he's only a pocket passer. He
He
can't move.
right?
Right. That's not how we evaluate basketball players.
Mhm.
We evaluate them based on their potential, their ceiling.
Right.
Isn't it interesting? It's the complete opposite of how we evaluate players in other sports.
Right.
Oftentimes. Whereas oftentimes we're looking through the lens of trying to find something like wrong with another guy or
Right.
trying to find like his floor.
No, I know what you
whereas
mean.
with basketball, we're trying to find the guy's ceiling. And like, I think it's interesting that you come and you take these young guys. These young guys in basketball can command so much of a return in a trade.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, what if Lonzo, Josh Hart, and B.I. go to New Orleans and none of them pan out? B.I. doesn't become B.I. and Lonzo doesn't become Lonzo. They all stay or even take a step back because of different coaching or whatever it may be. Like, what if that happens? Then all of a sudden you're sitting there like, and what if it's 9 years later? What if AD and LeBron win 3 rings and those guys are still B.I.'s averaging 13 a game and Lonzo's 6 and 6 a game?
Yeah.
You would have been like, oh, dude, we got smoked in that trade.
Totally.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like we evaluate these young guys based on what they could become. And so when you have something like, and he just proved it, I could take one young guy, one asset, combine it with a max contract slot, and then a couple picks on it, and that will get you a superstar.
Yeah.
See how that works? Isn't that interesting?
It's interesting because the Bulls still have 2 more young pieces.
That's the point I'm
and
making.
3 more young pieces,
That's
if
the
you want to call
exact
Patrick
point I'm
Williams. But
making.
I don't think Patrick Williams is going to go anywhere. But
Okay,
hear
but
me
I'll
out.
give you Laurie, I'll give you Kobe White, and I'll give you whatever money is on my books if you can go do that again. Can you go do that again? You could go take any of these pieces. I would like you to keep Patrick Williams.
Yeah.
But if not, if you could, like I'm saying, can you go get me another superstar? See how
Yeah.
this works?
Yeah.
Like you can, and you know what else you can do? You can deal veterans for firsts.
Yeah.
So like you deal a bunch of veterans in the middle of your roster. When you set up a team at in the off season and then your team doesn't pan out and you guys go, you know what? We're bailing.
I don't think they're gonna do that.
Kind of like
though.
Orlando has. No, I'm just saying.
Yeah. Okay.
You can these veteran pieces that make up your team. If you can piece them off, you can sell them off. You can sell off spare parts and you can get picks.
Right.
And then you could take those picks and combine them with your young draft assets that you've been holding on to,
And
your
that's how you get
19-year-olds,
your guys.
and you can bring back a superstar.
Right.
And that will work 100% of the time around the league if you do that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and it's unbelievable because it's like, dude, the Bulls are set up here, and they're in a really good spot, and it's gonna be interesting to see what step they make next. And like I said, man, like Arturas is in his first year, he already got a superstar. So it's like, dude, he's not done. Like he's gonna keep making moves and keep making.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
There's no way it's done. It's not done with.
Dude,
There's no way he looks at the team because it's the.
go get me Beal. Go get me Bradley Beal, and then we'll probably win a title. Beal, Levine.
Nope. Still need a point guard. You ain't winning nothing with that team without a point guard. Nope.
We gotta make it work. We gotta find a point guard. Someone find me a point guard.
That team ain't playing no type of defense.
Yeah, it don't matter. We're scoring 145 points every night.
Well, I don't know about all that. Brings Chris Paul over and you win a point guard, or you win a point guard. You win a championship.
Yeah,
immediately.
Chris Paul on a minimum.
on a buyout of his $46 million
yeah.
contract.
Yeah, that's But massive move for the Bulls today. Troy Brown adds to their young core. He's
Dude,
20 years old.
I could not be happier. Like, dude, I said I'm more like proud to be a Chicagoan and a Bulls fan today than I was at any moment during the D Rose era.
Yeah.
I love D Rose and I loved those teams, but I just never thought, I was never convinced that it was legitimate. Like, I knew they were going to get spanked and they were never going to get out of the East. It was never going to happen. Like, it's just not going to happen.
Yeah, they were
going
to run into LeBron.
LeBron with like Luol Deng. It's just like I was just never convinced. I didn't really like. I just never was convinced. I didn't really like Tibbs running his players into the ground and running. I liked Tibbs and I liked those players. I just didn't like. I wasn't convinced on that Bulls team.
Yeah, I don't blame you, man.
I loved D-Rose and I loved Jimmy Butler and I loved Noah and Deng at the time.
Yeah, but it's not their fault, man. I think it's just a bad time to be good.
Especially
because
in the
it's like,
East,
with
run into the
LeBron and
buzzsaw,
stuff,
yeah.
so it's like,
But dude, I'm just saying I'm happier right now to be a Chicago Bulls.
You're more excited.
Yeah. Yes, I'm more like proud of like, oh, they made the right move. They haven't messed up yet. They haven't made one move I've disagreed with.
Yeah.
You know?
Totally.
Right from the beginning.
Totally, yeah. And Arturas has done an awesome job, but I'm super excited to see what this Bulls team is going to do. They're probably going to win a playoff series. And like we said, man, we're going through it.
Awesome.
Dude, we're going through it. So
if
hear
they
me
win
out.
a playoff series, we're going to the game and we are doing a show.
Yeah.
We'll find a spot. We'll do it outside.
Yeah,
I don't know.
don't care.
That'd be awesome from a playoff game.
Yeah.
We'll do it right after. We'll record
Interview
right after.
fans, all that.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
I bet you I could get. We'll talk about it after.
Yeah.
I could get us an interview with a player.
Yeah.
For sure. We'll talk to a player.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Bet.
So, Zach, tonight you had 49 points. How does it feel?
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. Vooch, dog. Game 5 win. Love to see it.
Yeah. It was a great game winner there from 30 feet.
Yeah. Right on the block.
But, dude,
nah, man.
Awesome.
So
you know who I thought? Okay, so like the Bulls, obviously, they get the biggest haul of the day.
yeah,
right?
they had the big fish.
I think I don't think that they had the best day. I mean, they did, but the most important day was the Clippers. Because, like, the Bulls, it doesn't matter right now.
Right, they're not going to win anything.
Whereas, like, the Clippers are one of, like, the 3 or 4 teams that anyone ever seems to talk about. Have you watched ESPN anytime in the last year? There's according to fans and media, there's 3 teams in the NBA.
Right.
So, like, and we all know what each of those teams needs. And those Clippers teams you and I have been talking about forever, not only do they need a point guard, they need a very specific type of point guard.
Right.
That there are only like 7 of, and they got them. You got them for Sweet Lou. But, I mean, you and I called that 2 weeks ago. I said the only way that they can get a point guard
is by moving Lou Williams. Yeah.
Come on. This is what I said on this show, people.
Yeah.
Pay attention.
Yeah. Y'all don't want to have that conversation, though.
Yeah. The people on Twitter and the people on YouTube, they don't want to have that conversation.
Yeah.
They think we're morons.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's insane.
It's like,
but, dude, it's wild to think that Lou Will is gone because the way they talk about that story about Kawhi and PG, they're like, dude, me and Bev are in the casino. We're like, dude, check Woj's page. And it's wild how it kind of came full circle where it's like, damn, now Lou Will is getting dealt out because they need a point guard. No one's able to run this team. So, I mean, they lose scoring, and I don't know. Is that a massive loss for them? Man. So it's like, damn, you're really taking, like, Luke Kennard. Like, you're really riding with this.
the contract?
Yeah, you're, like, riding with this hardcore, huh?
I don't know. I mean, how much does Lou have left in the tank?
I think he's probably done after this year. Because he went on All the Smoke and he said, after the Clippers, I'm done. So I think he's probably done after this year. I wouldn't be shocked.
Dude, it's such a huge thing for them, the Clippers, to have gotten Rondo. Yeah, they lost Lou. Lou is important, like, individually.
Yeah, Lou's kind of washed. Yeah, it's going slowly. 15,000 points, though. Shout out to Lou Williams for that. Awesome.
But, I mean, he's still, like, one of those guys where you're like, he might be the toughest guy to guard on the floor on any given night. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know about it anymore, but used to be.
On any
totally.
random given night, though, he might.
Oh,
he
yeah,
might
totally.
be
He
the
could go
hottest
get
guy
you
on the
40.
floor. Yeah, right. That's
or
what I'm
30.
saying. So, like, he could be a nightmare to guard, but, like, for the most part, no, your team gets 1,000% better. You got the one thing you needed. Listen, man, neither of those guys and no one on that team is a point guard, is a natural playmaker.
Yeah, totally. Paul George is a slasher. Kawhi's a slasher.
And certainly is not a leader. Like, do you remember all those whack-ass stories in the offseason about, like, right when the season ends, about, like, all the drama in the locker room?
Yeah, with the Clippers.
Like, Trez, and then there's, like, the whole thing with, like,
PG tried to give a speech.
and everyone was like, shut up. And they
Yeah.
were rolling their eyes because he was talking about, like, you guys need to be better or whatever. Like, I think that that's like a symptom of, like, a bunch of people just not – it's like Mean Girls. You know what I mean? It's like a bunch of children.
Yeah.
There's not an adult in the room.
Right.
And then all of a sudden an adult comes in the room. He's going to hold everybody accountable, including himself. You know what I mean? And then that makes you hold yourself accountable. That's what they're missing. They're missing the leader. You know what I mean? Like, they're all just – they're like little kids pointing fingers at one another. Like, dude, You need someone who's going to come in and look you in the face and be like, dude, you suck today. And then you're going to try to be like, no, well, and then he's going to be like, no, shut up, dude. Like, listen to me. Like, there needs to be a guy that, like, people listen to.
Right. And
like,
and has
like
some
Rondo,
respect around the locker room.
Yeah, somebody like Rondo who's a 2-time champion. Like, not only is that his style of just his personality style of holding people accountable, not only is that his play style of being the quarterback and setting guys up, it's literally perfect. It's exactly what they needed in every regard. You know what I mean?
He's on a nice deal. I don't know how nice it is, but it's...
I think it's 7 or 9.
Yeah, it's like $7 million, but he's on a 2-year deal.
7 or 9.
Yeah, so the Clippers got him for 2 years, which, I mean, I bet you he's... I don't know, though. Doesn't it depend on Kawhi?
It's 7.5.
Yeah.
No,
actually, I'm wrong. His contract's going to go with Kawhi's.
Whose?
Rondo.
Oh, like it expires. Yes. After next season.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 years, 15 is what he signed.
Yeah.
7.5 per. Yeah, man, it's like, well, neither of those guys are ball handlers. You know what I mean? Like, how awesome is Paul George, like, off the ball, catch and shoot?
Yeah, totally.
Remember in the bubble last year, where, like, so even when he misses, it just looks good.
Yeah.
Where, like,
silky smooth.
Yes, he's got such a, but it doesn't look good when he's, like, trying. These guys are trying to do too much, man. You know what I'm saying?
I think that, you know, I guess my question is to you, does this make you fear the Clippers anymore?
What do you mean fear?
Like, can they come out of the West?
Other teams in the league?
Yeah, can they come out of the West?
Yeah, I fear them more than I did before.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. They have the one thing they needed. They now have 60% of their hold on. 60% of the Clippers lineup is multiple-time champions.
Right.
Rajon Rondo, Kawhi Leonard, Serge Ibaka. 60. That's 3 out of 5 year starters are multi-time champions.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man. Does it make other teams around the league fear them? Yes. Or fear them more, should I say? Yes. Does it make their chances to win a title higher? Absolutely. It's not even a question. Does that put them over the top? I don't know. Potentially. Possibly. It could. It damn well might. Like, Denver got better. The Clippers got better. The Lakers didn't.
Yeah. Well, let's move on to
Denver got way better.
Yeah, let's get into Denver. Because they had the first move of the day at like 9 a.m.
I love it.
They went out and got JaVale.
Can I say something here?
Go ahead.
Okay, hold on. No, let's get into the JaVale stuff first. So they got JaVale. Did you like that move?
Yeah.
Loved it.
Yeah.
Right off the bat.
JaVale's on every winning team. He should be.
He's won
2 rings.
2 of the last 4 championships?
Yeah.
2 of the last 3? 2 of the last 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. The guy is efficient in a modern offense.
Totally.
You know what I'm saying? Okay, but the other one. I predicted last show Gary Harris, one of the young guys,
Bull.
and a pick for Oladipo.
Yeah.
And it was Gary Harris, a different young guy, and a pick for Aaron Gordon.
Yeah.
I was close though. I was pretty close.
So
what do you think?
Aaron Gordon we talked about this before. He's great in modern basketball.
Yeah, dude.
And the fact that he's 6'8", 6'9", he can guard all 5 positions.
He's an athletic wing.
He's a
who
freak
can shoot.
athlete.
He shoots 40% from deep.
Yeah, he can rim run. He can shoot from 3.
What more do you want out of your 3-4 position?
Yeah, and another
other
thing,
than a guy that's a athletic 6'8", 6'9" wing that can jump out of the gym and shoots 40%
also
from
does
deep.
not demand the ball.
Shoots 40% from deep and plays defense.
And doesn't demand the ball.
All right. Here's an interesting thing because we misjudge these guys' values based on their draft position and based on their contract. We totally misjudge a player's value on his own merit based on where he was drafted or based on how much money he's making.
Right.
Ask anybody how good Otto Porter is. Nobody has any idea because they'll just be like, oh, he sucks. They're comparing it to $27 million.
Right.
They're not comparing. Otto Porter's an awesome wing.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? He sucks.
Like he's 3 and D?
Yes. Like, don't tell me he sucks. but they're comparing it to $27 million. The same thing happened with like Lonzo. Lonzo was never a bad player, but he got so much hate early on. Even early on when he was half the player he is now, nowhere near the same player he is now. He's getting so much hate because they're comparing it to his number 2 overall draft position, right? When you think about this, it's like you take somebody like Aaron Gordon, who is supposed to be a franchise cornerstone. You get these guys in like the top of the draft. But like that's not how it always plays out. Like your team, when you look at the winning teams, unless you're the Warriors, the majority of them didn't get there because their best player was their franchise cornerstone who was drafted. Like, man, that's such a picture perfect movie, Hollywood, almost fake way to think it's going to happen. The Warriors are what other modern NBA team has done it that way? Like, it's not how it happens. So here's my point in this whole rant. Follow me here. Thanks for your patience. My point is, Aaron Gordon is an awesome player who can totally help a winning team. But he's not what people wanted him to become. We got to pivot from that. Like, this guy's shooting 40% as like a stretch.
Yeah,
wing.
he doesn't. We all expected him to jump in and have a major role. He doesn't need to play a major role. He can succeed and thrive in a smaller role in Utah around superstars, around better players. That is going to make his value go up. He's going to produce more.
He's basically a super role player.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude. And I think that's awesome for Denver. I think Denver...
He spaces the floor. He plays awesome defense. He fits nicely right into the Jeremy Grant role.
Right.
Ironically enough, Jeremy Grant. He fits perfectly into that role. He's like a long athlete who shoots it well and can, you know what I mean? It's like a very similar thing that they'll be able to do. And I have to say, man, I appreciate making a move when you have an MVP candidate on your team.
Yeah. That's a good move. Yeah.
That's what you have to do.
Mm-hmm.
How often do you have an MVP candidate sitting on your roster? When you have that, dude, if there's one guy, if you're 13th guy, if you can improve there, you need to do that.
Right.
You need to be doing that at all times.
Yeah, you need to consistently keep
if you're not
improving.
fielding all calls and offers at all times for everyone on the team except said MVP candidate, you're failing at your job.
Yeah.
You're not doing your job correctly. Like, I predicted that Denver was going to go all in. I just thought they were going to go all in on the different guy.
Right.
I didn't know it would be Gordon. That's cool, man. They just got themselves an awesome player, and, you know.
Yeah, dude.
It's really going to help them, man. It really is. It's going to help them because, in my opinion, they got worse this year as opposed to last season.
Yeah. They're not producing as much.
So this is they're trying to fill the exact gap that left the hole, you know?
Yeah, and they added, like we said, JaVale, another big down there. So I'm excited to see what Denver's going to do. I mean, I'm sure – I don't know if they're still on the same tier as like a Clippers, but
I think they're the very next tier.
Yeah, I agree. And I think
that
be
the Clippers and the Lakers have separated themselves. And it's funny how like records
the Lakers
don't matter.
Yeah.
Because like the Suns and the Jazz are legit, but I put them in the same tier as Denver.
Right.
In that like you have to go do it now in front of my face. At the very least, one of these teams has to make the jump up and like make the Western Conference Finals.
Yeah.
You know
but
what I'm
see,
saying?
we've had those teams for the past couple of years where it's been Portland, it's been Denver.
Yeah, but then they just get blown out.
Totally.
They just get
and I think
swept.
Utah is our next team this year that's going to make that next jump. They're going to be like, all right, we're going all in on the regular season just so we can go out, and they're going to flare out in the playoffs.
Yeah,
you know?
Somebody's got to make the next jump, and the next jump isn't in the finals. The next jump is like, can you make this competitive?
Yeah.
Can you get to 6 games, 7 games? Or are you just going to get swept and gentlemen swept every single time?
We're not even telling you to make the finals yet.
Right, yeah.
Win 2 games.
We're going to take a couple of games off one of these guys. Also, I think the timelines haven't lined up perfectly yet for Denver because LeBron's not done. These Western Conference guys, Chris Paul is out there not done. And I still think Jokic has a little bit left to grow. I still don't think he's at his peak. So I think like 2 years from now might be more their time.
Oh, it's awesome. I'd love to see Mike Malone get a ring.
But, I mean, dude, they got so much better. I'm so happy for them because that's exactly what you're supposed to do with your MVP candidate. I wonder how much did LeBron and Rob Pelinka have the same argument that Dan Gilbert had with LeBron about you better trade that draft pick? No, I need it for the future. Who cares about your future? I'll win you a title right now. What's the difference between winning a title now and winning a title in 5 years? You don't know that draft pick is going to be able to lead you a title in 5 years. I promise I can lead you to one right now.
So that's where
that's the argument he got in with Dan Gilbert, and then Dan Gilbert doesn't trade the pick, and then the pick becomes Colin Sexton. Remember, hey, LeBron, let's go back to the final.
And LeBron's like, yeah,
No,
I'm already in
absolutely
LA.
not.
Yeah, I'm already in LA.
I'm drunk in LA.
Yeah,
Stop. I'm in Venice. Stop. Leave me alone.
Yeah, dude, and I think that was a major point today because I know the Lakers were really, really close on getting Lowry, and you made a really good point. And tell me your point about Schroeder.
So I was wondering, because like the Lowry thing came out of nowhere, right?
Right.
The Lakers and Kyle Lowry thing came out of nowhere. There was never mentioned. There was no report. There was no leak of that. There was not that.
Right.
That was created out of thin air. And I think that it was because the Lakers. All right, so the Lakers have been trying to get this contract, as you and I have been talking about. We have a video up on our page. They've been trying to get this contract extension done with Schroeder since like February 16th or something like that. No deal has materialized. There's no signature on a dotted line anywhere. So like, I was wondering, have they inserted themselves in the Kyle Lowry sweepstakes because their negotiations on a contract extension with Schroeder has hit some sort of snag? Because like, in reality, like that's what I'm saying. It's that same thing about timelines. Like Schroeder's 27. And everyone will argue, like, why would you trade Schroeder for a 35-year-old Kyle Lowry? And it's like, well, and people will say, like, Kyle Lowry's a rental. Well, like, Schroeder's a rental. They haven't signed the extension. He can also leave next year. It's the same thing. Kyle Lowry is 35. Yeah, he's a veteran. He's a champion.
Right. So you're saying
they're different style point guards. Kyle Lowry is the quarterback style point guard, whereas Schroeder is the gunner style point
you're
guard.
saying if Schroeder hasn't been extended yet, what are we
Why
doing?
Don't you deal him?
Yeah. What are we doing
here? He's on a $16 million contract. It's an awesome contract. I always talk about it. The Iggy contract, the KCP contract, the one that's right in the middle that you can match either with a young guy and get that next level, that next tier piece, or you match it with another one of those middle contracts. You get like a super max level contract. You max it with another more salary filler. You get a $25 million guy. It's the best contract is those middle ones.
Right.
It's the most easy tradable contract is a 15.
I agree.
Anywhere from 10 to 16 is the most tradable contract in basketball.
Right.
So
now,
you're sitting on one that you haven't been able to get an extension done yet, and that, it's I don't know. I'm not hating on it. Rob Pelinka has not made.
They didn't make a move today, man.
Yeah, but he hasn't made that many mistakes. Listen, I've said the same thing the whole time since the beginning of the season. Or no, since Harden was dealt to the Nets, and that's the Lakers are the second best team in the league. I don't think that's changed. I think the Lakers are still the second best team in the league. I think the second that Harden got dealt to Brooklyn, if the Lakers weren't going to make a move, they weren't going to win that title.
Right.
Yeah, that ship has sailed. It sailed.
Brooklyn's got this title.
I think they have too many, just too talented of pieces.
Right. I agree.
Like you could have.
They're just going to steamroll everybody.
Imagine if Kyrie breaks his hand and KD falls out, and James Harden and Blake Griffin pick and roll and pick and pop you to death, and you lose.
It's possible.
I know.
Yeah, it's certainly possible.
And they have Jeff Green. Do you watch their game? Jeff Green is awesome. Jeff Green had 13 points in 4.5 minutes 3 nights ago. I think I texted you. I'm like, dude, this was right before the half.
Yeah.
He's hitting threes. He's playing D. He's jumping in passing lanes. He's throwing the ball down. He's making sick passes. I'm like, dude, Jeff Green, say what you will. He's still that same. He's getting older, but he's like sly and veteran. He's got all the veteran savvy now. Like he can shoot. He can take it to the hole. He can defend 2 through 4, 5. Like 1
yeah,
through
no,
3.
I agree, man. And I think just this Brooklyn team is
they have so many guys. Like they just gave. I wonder if they're regretting giving Joe Harris the bag now that they're like, ooh, a couple extra million would really help.
I mean, I don't know, because I also think it fits really well in what they're trying to do. Joe Harris is crucial to that team.
Totally agree. I'm not hating on Joe
Yeah.
Harris. I'm just saying right now they need bodies. They just need
totally.
bodies.
Yeah,
and
but at the same time, though, playing with Harden and Kyrie makes everything so much easier. Like, how about Nick Claxton?
I was just
the guy with the
he's
dreads.
playing awesome.
Yeah, he just catches lobs all game.
was
He's like a
just gonna
G
say
League guy. Imagine how much easier James Harden makes Nick Claxton's job every day.
I wonder
He's
that
like,
all the
dude,
time.
just drill some dudes with screens all game long. You roll to the rim. I'll hit you sometimes. Sometimes I'll hit some floaters.
Yeah.
We'll make it work, man.
I wonder that all the time. In the modern NBA, when you don't run any offense through the big, I
Right.
never get to dump it to the big and let him operate.
Yeah.
Therefore, I don't know how good he is like that.
Right.
I can only judge him based on what? Throwing down lobs and getting rebounds and putbacks and stuff like that. It's odd. So I often wonder if we've ever misjudged these guys. Like, how good is Capella? Like, how good is Ayton?
Yeah.
How good are some of these guys?
All these guys that play with guys that that open up the floor, that space the floor. Like guys like, Harden and Luka and guys that...
Because if it was the 90s, I would know how good Ayton was because
Right.
he would tell me with his stat line. But
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know
yeah.
because they don't run anything to him.
Totally.
It's 2021. They're not going to dump it to him.
Just like how LeBron got all those big guys paid. Tristan
Totally.
Thompson. So it's like,
Zadrunas
so it's like, dude, Tristan
Anderson,
Thompson.
Varejao, all the way back.
Yeah.
Yes, totally.
Tristan Thompson's still getting paid to this day because of
Yeah,
LeBron.
yeah.
And, Tristan Thompson's been awful all year in Boston. So, speaking of Boston, I want to get into that. They made a move today. They went out and got Evan Fournier, used their $11 million trade exception. And they had $11 million trade exception and then 2 seconds and picked up Evan Fournier. And Fournier, so this
awesome.
is
That's a
my
steal.
thing with Boston. Yeah, it's an awesome steal.
So they don't have any money available on their books,
Hear
but they
me out.
have the trade exception, so you can just absorb the contract. It's
Totally,
awesome.
yeah, makes sense. Hear me out. I don't think this makes them better.
Really?
Yeah,
Why is that?
I still think they suck.
No, get into it.
Yeah.
What do you
so
mean? Why?
I think that they're still soft. They're still guys that are waving Jeff Teague. Jeff Teague has been cut. He's gone. Their bench is nothing. Grant Williams and all these other guys. They move Tice. They pick up Mo Wagner. Mo Wagner immediately is a downgrade from Tice. So they go down in that position. Evan Fournier is going to space the floor. I don't need people to make more shots. That's not what we need.
What do you think you need?
We need a point
big.
guard.
A
A
point
point
guard?
guard or a big. That works too. We need a bench. We need a point guard, big, and bench.
Basically, you have
And you added the wrong position, man.
you
went out and
added
did the wrong
a
thing.
2/3
Totally.
when you have Jalen
Evan
Brown
Fournier's,
and Jason Tatum.
Yeah, Evan Fournier
I know
is
what you're saying.
awesome. Could you
I know what
imagine
you're
him
saying.
on like the
There
Lakers
aren't-
or?
but this is what we keep saying. There aren't enough quarterbacks in the league. There
Totally.
aren't enough bigs. Like how many? We just were saying that about Vooch. Like how many of these guys do you really like? Yes, JaVale I would love on my team because it's
Right.
a winning player. But like, it's not. He's not like an all-star. It's not. He's not like a stud. He's just he's a role player.
Right.
It's like, do you want another role player big and another role player guard or like? How many? I don't know. What do you want? What do you want? You want Kemba for what?
Dude,
CP?
we
CP
need
for
to blow
Kemba.
the whole thing up.
Minus
we're
Tatum and-
missing draft picks.
Keep
We're-
the roster the exact same. Bring CP in. How much better are they?
Yeah, but how are we getting that?
I'm saying in
Yeah,
theory.
yeah,
How
yeah.
much better are they?
Oh, way better. They're way better. But they don't have a point guard. They don't have a bench.
How much
they don't have
of it? How much of their roster problems is because they don't have a point guard?
I think a lot of it.
How much of that gets negated and that gets covered up when they get a real point guard?
I think a lot of it does. But you
Who's
also
not
need a
going
big
1 for 12 from
Yeah,
deep.
but I still don't think you're going to the Eastern Conference Finals. I don't think you're going to the finals with CP. You still need a bench. You still need a big guy. Kemba's out here wasting shots, taking shots away from Brown and
So
Tatum,
is
and he's not a
Cantor
good decision maker.
Yeah.
He doesn't set guys
Yeah.
up for open
No,
looks.
no.
So it's like, dude, I need a point guard. I need a bench, and not only that, I also need a big guy. We're good on the wings, bro. I don't need any more of those.
Yeah, no,
Trust me. Marcus
Fournier
Smart.
6'7". What makes
Yeah.
you think I need another 6'7"
bro.
guy?
I got Tatum, Brown,
Yeah.
Smart. I'm good on the wings, bro.
Yeah.
Keep all that. Keep all that.
It's a fair
I don't
point.
want any of that.
I
So
never-
that's cool, man.
But dude, at some point, isn't it like? I always say points per possession, points per 100 possessions. Like somebody needs to put the ball in the hole.
Totally. And that's what I have Tatum and Brown for. Those guys are both 25 a game. And I know
Yeah, it's
Fournier hit a
50
game
points.
winner.
That's 50 points a night.
Yeah.
You're gonna need a lot more than that to win.
Yeah, but that's where the bench comes in. That's where my bigs come in. That's where my guards come in. Bro, give me 8 points a game. Someone
I
can
don't know.
score
I
8.
like Fournier on Boston.
Totally.
I think that helps them. I think that they got better.
I disagree.
They gave up
No.
nothing. They
Yeah,
gave up
totally.
2
That's a
seconds.
good
How could they
move,
not
man.
have gotten better?
It's a good move in regards to how much you gave up.
You
but
added a good player for nothing.
Yeah, I
For
understand.
pocket lint and chewed up bubble gum.
Yeah, but you're not improving in your positions, man. Like, there are other holes. You're just overloading in the same position.
Yeah,
It
but
doesn't
we
make-
talked about this before, man. And these guys are multi-positional. Like, okay, I can play Fournier. I can play Kemba at the 1, Fournier at the 2, Jaylen Brown at the 3, Jason Tatum at the 4, and
Yeah, but Kemba doesn't play a good point guard.
the point remains. They don't.
No
have
one
a
can play point guard.
They don't have a point
So
guard.
why are we going out getting shooting guards?
What do you want to do? Put more big guys? They can't.
Yeah.
To do what?
I need a big. I need one big. Give me one.
Yeah, that's true. They don't. They need a big.
Give me a bench. Any
need a big
position
bench.
bench.
They
They have
need a-
nobody on the bench. At Marcus Smart,
They were
sure.
gonna-
That's another wing.
They were gonna flip. Well, he's 6'3".
Yeah, but he's a 2.
Wing.
He's not a point. He's not a point guard.
No. Though he is probably the one who's out there trying to win the game.
Yeah, he probably
More
makes the
than
best. He probably plays point guard better than Kemba
Yeah,
does.
that's what I'm saying. He's
Yeah.
probably out there trying to get trying to win. He's like, I don't care about me. I'm trying to win the game out
This
here.
Boston thing is really slipping out of hand, huh?
Danny Ainge, dude.
Is he just fumbling this?
It's not the first time that I've seen their fan base. Dude, like Danny Ainge was trending today. And I clicked on it and it was talking about like 10 reasons why Danny Ainge messed up bad or, it's
Dude,
all
he
negative. It's
screwed
all
up
negative.
that Kemba deal.
There's no like positive articles. It's
Yeah.
all just bad. They're mad.
Yeah.
The
They're talking
Kemba
about
deal is
calling
bad.
firing Stevens. It's like, Jesus.
Well, here,
man.
you want to start at the beginning? They shipped off IT. Well, actually, you go back further, obviously, to the Paul Pierce situation. But
Yeah.
start at the beginning of the recent one is they shipped off IT that pissed off a lot of people.
Yeah.
Shipped off IT for a guy that most people didn't think fit in, lied
lied
to
to
their
the fan
fan
base, for sure,
like
yeah.
people did not like that, And then it comes in, he smokes this Kemba situation.
Well, he gets an elite talent, and that's kind of what people are mad at because he has this generational talent in Jason Tatum, who's like an All NBA potential guy, and
Like a
people
guy
are
you should
mad.
probably-
And another guy they get, Jaylen Brown, who's like a top 5 pick, who ends up being really, really good, man. And now you have these two pieces, and you can't seem to put it together.
Well, imagine how nice it would be if when the ball left those two's hand, they were open.
Yeah, they
Because
went to the Eastern Conference Finals last year,
Imagine when they shot that ball, if they were open. Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. Because someone was looking for them all game, trying to set them up with
Yeah,
shots
where Jaylen
all
Brown-
game
yeah.
long.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Jaylen Brown's doing insane dribble moves to even get a clean
To
look.
try to
Yeah,
create some sort
totally,
of separation. Jaylen Brown is
It's
Allen
exhausting.
Iverson out here
Exhausting
to
watching
try to
the
create
Celtics
shots.
play.
You know what? I agree. It is. It really is.
It's exhausting
Like,
watching
you hear,
them play.
They'll be like mic'd up and you hear them talking about it and they're just like, how many threes are we shooting tonight? And can we get to the hoop? And it's just, they don't even seem like another team just like the Clippers. They just need a leader. They don't have a leader. They don't have an adult in the room. They don't have a quarterback. It's the same thing, dude.
Yeah, Danny Ainge is just choking this away.
Also, I wonder how much of the Brad Stevens coaching
how much is
show does that affect this? Can that equal out to 1 game lost, 5 games lost? Like, can that have a tangible effect on a team when, like,
do you just can him? Are you done with Stevens?
no, I'm
No.
not. I'm
Hell
Hell
I'm not
no.
either.
I turn the TV off, and then all of a sudden I don't know it's existing, and I still have one of the best coaches in the world.
Yeah, facts.
Pretend, dude, ignore it. Ignore it. That's what you really do. You just ignore it, and you have one of the best X and O coaches.
Yeah, but
in
we
the league.
suck.
I know, but it's not your coaching.
Yeah. So, dude, Ainge, oh, man. They had this player exception, bro, this trade exception that they could have used and got a point guard and got someone that could have really fit with them.
Who
They
would you
didn't
have
get
liked?
Vooch. They didn't get Vooch. They were connected to Vooch the entire time, and they
Yep,
wouldn't pull the
yep.
trigger on
That's
Vooch.
another reason people were pissed is because they were reported to be interested in all these guys.
Yeah, and they ended up with Fournier. Not saying that Fournier isn't good. He had a game winner the other
Yeah,
night.
I don't know how you can say they don't improve. They got better for nothing.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey, do you want a good player, a
yeah, but
net positive player for nothing?
Bulls
Sure,
beat them
why
in
not?
7. In a 7-game series, the Bulls win. Stop.
Bulls are better than the Celtics.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the same realm as the Miami Heat.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. So I think Celtics are a tier below that. They don't have a point. I don't even think, do they have a point guard on their roster besides Kemba? They just waived Jeff Teague. Jeff Teague got cut.
Yeah, they have
1 point guard, and it's someone who takes 21 shots a game. He's shooting like 30% from deep.
1 for 12 from deep. They probably should have drafted a pass-first playmaking point guard.
Yeah, they took another wing, Neesmith.
Yeah. They probably should have drafted. They should have packaged Neesmith and Smart and gotten a point guard or something.
Man.
That's what Jackie Mack said. Jackie Mack said Neesmith and package him with some money somewhere and go match it and bring a point guard back.
Yeah, I don't understand, man. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Well, it's
Danny Ainge
it's like
is
the
choking
Booker
this whole
thing,
away.
you know? It's like the Booker thing. Hey, man, it's really hard for me to do both things. Like, how about I just do my thing? Can you bring a guy in to do that thing? That's what AD said to Pelinka. You need to come in and bring me a 5 because I don't want to do that. I'm trying to do this over here.
Right.
I don't want to have to do both. And, like, because I like to shoot 18 feet away. I don't want to also have to bang with the 280-pounder.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want to do both roles.
Totally.
So, like, if you're Booker and they're like, can you play point guard? Mitchell, same thing. Half of his career has been spent trying to figure out how to play both point guard and shooting guard at the same time.
Right.
It's like, and then all of a sudden you bring in Chris Paul and look how good their team becomes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? All of a sudden
Yeah.
it becomes so much easier when you have, like, a veteran point guard, a real point guard who's in there trying to create you shots and get you open looks.
Yeah. Dude, this Boston thing is slipping away really fast. I think this is on the verge of being a dumpster fire, you know? And it's so sad because you have all this talent in Jason Tatum, and I really hope they don't screw this up. But another big move I want to get into, a transition off this, two more big moves that I saw. First, I'll start this one a little bit minor compared to the next one, is JJ to Dallas. I think that improves.
They got Nico Melli, too.
Yeah, that's
So they just snagged 2 snipers.
Yeah,
They got JJ and Melli.
unbelievable, which is what they needed to do.
We've been complaining about all year.
Yeah, they needed shooting, and they ended up getting 2 just snipers that are going to help Luka. It gets Luka probably 2 times more a game.
And JJ's awesome. He's 41% for his career from deep. So we all know he's having a bad year. He's shooting 34 or whatever it is. But, I mean, he's awesome. And like I was just explaining with, like, CP and Booker and you know, Mitchell, like, you have to have somebody who's going to create you the shot, man. Like, no offense to Lonzo and B.I. and Zion, but, like, they're no Luka when it comes to, you know, finding shooters.
Oh, my gosh. No.
He's
yeah,
as good as anyone.
One of the best in the
I
league.
have to imagine it'll take a slight uptick. JJ, even though he's playing poorly right now, shooting the ball poorly right now.
Yeah, he'll get into a stroke.
It's
probably just a new
change
change scenery.
And then Melly's also, I mean, he's kind of, you know,
Yeah,
it's
he's
tough,
a sniper
but
too.
he's just a shooter. That's
Yeah, totally.
his job.
And
half these guys now, it's just their job. They don't do anything.
Yeah,
other
but
than
that's
just,
okay. I mean, they'll play in the league for a long time
totally,
just because of that. But all right, the next move we kind of saw was Norman Powell going to Portland, and I thought that was a good move for the Blazers because Norman Powell's 20 games shooting close to 45% from deep. He's been an awesome improvement through the Toronto system. He's done awesome. I mean, he's going to help a lot with Portland and off the bench and just their wing help. And you know, they moved Gary Trent, and who else did they move?
Hey, bro, the Celtics got Luke Cornett, so don't talk about they don't have a big.
Yeah, all right. So Gary Trent got moved for Gary Trent. Rodney
They have Mo
Hood.
Wagner too. They swapped Daniel Tice.
Yeah,
for Mo
an
Wagner.
immediate downgrade.
Yeah, you're right. Luke Cornett and Mo Wagner, bro. You don't think we're winning a chip immediately?
Yeah,
Put some respect on Luke Cornett's name.
that's disrespectful to even say.
All right, sorry, go on.
So-
yeah, Norman Powell.
Yeah,
that was
so
an awesome
Norman
signing.
Powell for
He was the most coveted out of everyone. In that, more than half the teams called about him. And nobody else had somebody that more than half the teams called about. That was reported by, I think, Woj. Somebody from ESPN reported that. That Norman Powell had more than half the NBA team, more than 50% of NBA teams called Masai inquiring about Powell.
Yeah, I think, I mean, that's going to help Portland a lot.
He's
man.
playing
And
awesome, dude.
Yeah, they probably win a playoff series. Or they're going to be
They need like ball handling and playmaking and shot creating and.
So
that's exactly
it's Norman Powell is better than Gary Trent
Yes.
by a lot.
Yes.
And I agree with that, and that's what they had to do. They had to make that upgrade. It was pretty much, hey, would you rather have Gary Trent and Rodney Hood, who hasn't been playing, he's actually been awful this year, Gary Trent and Rodney Hood, or would you rather have Norman Powell, who's 20 game, he's, hitting 45% from deep?
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Great move for Portland. They keep improving every day. It's been, a wild.
We were just watching the Portland game. CJ hit somebody with a euro into a
CJ had 31
floater.
tonight or something.
Dude, CJ's footwork is just there's nothing he cannot do. He has every step in the game. A hop step, a gather step, a slide step, a side step, anything possible. A step back, a step. Every step that exists, CJ McCollum, it's deep in his bag.
Right.
He was doing stuff today where I was just like laughing because I was just like, what are you supposed to do with that? There's nothing.
Unbelievable. He's got all the floaters and stuff in the pockets.
And here's another thing. Like I was watching him the other night. This is when dude, I'm just watching all year. I mean, really my whole life, but all year. I just watching Melo work in the mid range is like, dude, it really is like it's poetry because like it's so underutilized now, and it gets used so much less, which hey, man, I get it. You found a more efficient way to score and win the game. I understand that, okay? But that being said, from a fan's perspective, nobody will argue that all the coolest moves that happen in the game for the fan happen in the mid-range.
Right.
All that stuff, all those subtle little nuances and all the technical tiny little details that happen in the mid-range it's the coolest thing for the fan.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so we're deprived of it. I'm deprived of like the funnest aspect of
basketball.
The game.
Yeah.
It's
totally.
like, it's got the coolest moves and all the coolest stuff. It all happens there, and it's being eradicated because you found a more efficient way to score. Fine. So be it. I'm still going to watch Melo, and you could call it inefficient, and he can have bad nights, and I don't care. You still put that thing up.
Yeah.
Like I said, man, he's just so fun to watch. He does the jab step, and he does, the one dribble, side step.
To this day.
Oh, my God.
To this day.
Everything he does.
Unbelievable.
Awesome.
He's a walking, sleeping bucket.
Yeah, listen,
in his
man,
sleep, he'll give you 20.
And there's like a big argument about it right now because all the three-point shooting, and there's the viral thing with the shot chart and stuff, and, it is what it is. But at some point, it's like you have to recognize that this is still just like a skill of the game, whether or not people are utilizing it right now. Still a skill of the game, and like the best players in the league are using it at a high efficiency rate.
Right.
See, realistically, it's just that the role players aren't shooting mid-range pull-ups anymore like they used to. Role players shoot threes or layups. Whereas the elite scorers, Steph Curry and KD and Harden and LeBron, those guys shoot mid-range shots. Harden wasn't in Houston, but, fine, take him out. The rest of them do. You know what I mean? Like, Kawhi shoots mid-range shots.
Totally.
The most elite scorers in the game, the most elite players in the game, they utilize the mid-range. It's the role players who haven't been. So, it's, become this weird thing. But, man, Portland is just – I've been watching them. I watched a lot of their games over the past couple of weeks, and – dude, Melo, it's just like the footwork, and even when he misses, I don't care, it's fine.
Yeah, keep
Shoot
chucking,
it again.
dog. Keep chucking.
Do it again. Do
Keep
that
chucking, bro.
Do the quarter spin into the into the
fall
in and out.
away.
Oh, dude, it just looks so cool, man. Just shout out Portland, dude. They're really cool. I like their team. And also the last couple of years, as I was just saying about Jokic, dude, Portland's done a good job of at least trying
and
to
staying
bring
relevant.
help in here.
Yeah.
Yes, they've tried. They've done it.
They're still doing it.
They've brought guys. Yes, they're bringing guys. Every time you turn around, they're trying.
Yeah.
Shout out to Portland for trying.
Yeah. Awesome, man.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. Dude, it's been crazy. It's been crazy to see what Dame's doing and everything that they're doing out in Portland. God, Dame's like an MVP candidate.
That's what I'm
pretty
saying,
crazy,
man.
yeah.
That's what I'm saying. And now they get CJ back. They're fun to watch. I don't know. Dame might just never win one, man. Maybe they're just not good enough. And maybe that's okay. Maybe it's okay. Maybe Dame's whole thing is that he was the one in the era of player movement and player empowerment. He was the one who said, nah, I'm cooling. I'm not going anywhere.
I'm grinding
Even
out.
if that means 0, I'm cool with it.
Yeah.
And maybe that is Dame's thing. Maybe that's fine. And that's fine, dude. Or maybe he does Dame time for 16 wins throughout the playoffs. I don't know, man. I've never
How
felt
long
like
does
they had
this go
enough
on
of a
for, though?
team.
Until it breaks down.
I've
Until
never felt-
Dame is in the position Steph is in, and they win 25 games, and they suck.
Well, now they just
and they're
brought in Norman
bad.
Powell, so that should stave that off for a little while. That should hold it off.
For sure. But you know what I'm saying? Like, they have a down year,
Yeah,
and they're buried at the bottom of the conference, and Dame is like,
I've never fully trusted their roster construction. Like, obviously, I like Dame.
CJ's been hurt a lot
Obviously,
all the
I like
time.
Dame and CJ, but they're not always there, and like they've never had a wing. They had a couple decent bigs, and then the bigs get hurt, and Nurkic breaks his leg, and then the ref steps on it. The whole thing was terrible. Remember that?
Yeah.
Nurkic snaps his leg in half, and the referee comes up and steps on it. It's like, dude, somebody, can we? What are we
someone
doing
go
here?
get him,
Yeah,
bro.
someone get your man. What are you
Yeah,
doing,
yeah.
man?
Be better tomorrow.
Yeah, LeBron grabs his purse and walks out. Be better tomorrow. He stepped on his leg. He snapped, didn't have. He's lying there in pain. That's hilarious. All right. So moving on. We got a couple ones. We hit most of the big ones, correct?
Yeah.
So there's obviously still a good amount of buyouts. Aldridge got bought out. That was $5.8 million, which is about right. That's what I said is about right. Remember, I was like, he's not a minimum. He's like a $7 million,
Right.
$5.
He's
He'll
gonna
still
go to
get
Miami.
another contract.
Yeah. I think
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
probably going to end up going to
Yes,
Miami.
Aldridge will go to Miami. I called Oladipo to Miami.
Yeah. Oh, that was a nice little weird trade, too.
Miami, another one. They're trying, man. They're out
Yeah.
here like, we're just not going to accept that we are going to take steps back.
Yeah,
Like,
we're going to keep
at the very
improving.
least, I'm going to be here with my foot on the gas.
Totally.
I'm here. Like, I'm here. You got to
Yeah.
put me away.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to go away. You got to put me away. I appreciate that, man, because not
Pat
everyone-
Riley's awesome.
Not everyone takes that approach. Yes, he is.
They went to the finals last year, man. And no one's going to talk about that forever. But, I mean, it's fine.
Tyler Hero averaged 19 and a half a game in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Yeah, it's awesome as a rookie.
Yeah. The whole thing was just wild,
Yeah.
dude.
He's hitting massive shots tonight and talking.
So we got some other ones, not nearly as big, like I said, but let's see here. Celtics. Oh yeah, we already hit that. We got a couple smaller ones. Bielitsa,
to the Heat.
that was interesting.
Continues to
Mo
stretch the
Harkless
floor.
And Chris Silva. 3-team deal at the Knicks.
T-Ferg.
Yep. Terrence Ferguson to New York. Does that do anything for you? George Hill, I guess, to Philly. That's cool. Because George Hill can play alongside Ben.
That's
and shoot.
crazy. Austin Rivers is sent to OKC in this deal. Because we were talking all year about how Austin Rivers was hyping up the Knicks and how he was like, dude, it's different this year.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to be better. I've been
right.
on
I'd
bad
forgotten about
teams.
that.
We've been on bad teams. This is how it's going to work. And his ass gets dealt on the deadline.
Immediately, yes. See ya.
That's hilarious.
It's funny how like Austin Rivers just sort of devolved into somebody that nobody wants.
Yeah, I would probably take Austin Rivers. But I don't know, man. He's not like a good shooter, bro.
Which is his thing.
Yeah.
And he's not that good at it.
Yeah.
He's a volume guy. Man. But that's fine. So again, somebody's got to score. Somebody's got to
Yeah.
shoot. Somebody's got to score.
He would be awesome with LeBron.
That's true, but he's not like a knockdown guy.
Yeah. But just go and
Would you
kind
take him
of
on the Bulls?
He's my backup.
It might be kind of tough. Backup combo guard.
Yeah. He could be like my 10th guy, 9th guy.
All right.
Yeah.
I guess. I mean, I shouldn't talk because right now they have like Saturansky. And,
Oh, dude, yeah. Austin Rivers over Saturansky.
yeah, I agree. I agree. Sorry, Austin.
Yeah.
I apologize. Definitely, I agree with that.
I also haven't fully recovered from when Austin Rivers hit that shot against Duke. I'm still partially just, kind of torn from that.
So the Pistons trade DeLon Wright. I like DeLon Wright. The Pistons trade DeLon Wright to the Kings for Corey Joseph. 2 seconds. That does nothing. Corey Joseph makes $12 million.
Yeah. It's a
is
good
good.
combo guard ad.
I guess.
Yeah. Both
I
those
like
teams are
DeLon
kind of
Wright.
out of contention. How about Jabari?
DeLon
Just
Wright's
getting
better
cut.
than Corey Joseph.
Yeah, I agree. He's like a combo guard. You help him with shooting and stuff. They're not making a run.
Detroit?
No,
No.
Sacramento.
Yeah, no, they're both garbage.
Yeah. Speaking of Sacramento, they cut Jabari today.
I know. I saw that.
Yeah, he's probably just done out of the league, huh?
No way. Really?
Yeah, probably.
Was he? He was on a minimum, right?
Yeah, they just cut him.
Yeah, you're right. Maybe.
That's awful. Yeah.
He's just not an NBA player.
Yeah. Unbelievable. The Bulls. He was like the second pick in the draft. Yeah, that's wild, huh?
I'd be amazed if somebody like the Lakers don't go pick him up. Well, LeBron and AD are hurt. Give him a 10-day contract.
That would be awesome.
10 days? Like, dude, do you think you can still get 20 in an NBA game? Go do it.
That would be awesome.
Otherwise, like I said, we're going to just lose by
40 every night.
Yeah, somebody's going to go get IT. Just go get somebody who could just
score, please.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
There are some other small ones. There was going to be a bunch of buyouts and stuff, too. So, do you have any other big ones you really want to talk about or get into?
I don't think so. I think we covered pretty much all of it. Stay tuned next week.
Terrence Davis, that was an interesting one.
Oh, yeah, dude, he's kind of nice. I got him for a second. I thought they could have gotten
Sacramento.
more for that. Yeah, it's nice for Sacramento.
Mm-hmm.
But
they're not doing anything, but they're trying to build like something, you know? That's cool.
they're trying.
Mm-hmm.
But next week, stay tuned. More episodes coming. It'll be interesting to see Vooch in his first game. We are hyped as Chicago fans. Yeah, we're going to break all this down next week. Stay tuned. Follow Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, subscribe, all that stuff.
Yeah,
Take
leave
it, check
comments,
in.
all
that,
yeah.
man. Yeah, love to
all
see
that.
it. It helps with the formulas and the
all right,
life
cool.
of making
this
us
was
successful.
one of my favorite trade deadlines.
Yeah, by far.
This is a fun one.
Yeah.
Can't wait till next year.
Yeah.
All right, dude. Till next time.
Peace.